Hello there again, my fascinating Renaissance friends. Um, have you ever experienced, a moment in this world when you see, when you saw things and the world seems to be different, you know? Just like when you look up at the sky and see, okay, lots and lots of stars, in the dark firmament, or you walk alongside a tree lined boulevard, or stop and watch a robin, or if in the Philippines it's a maya bird, it's just those little wonderful birds, you just perch on a leaf. Have you ever experienced something different, like vast? It's no longer about us, about we're walking, we're doing this, but all our focus will be look at that bird, or majestic mountains, or you see it, when we at least in the Philippines, where we would go every weekend, we go to this resort and we would see the world's smallest volcano, with smoke coming out, and it seems that you're transported to a different place. You have just experienced awe. This is what we talked about, in our last episode. And in this episode, okay, episode 95, I I said that we will unpack, this thing that gives wonders, that puts us in a state of awe. And I will be getting the ideas, wonderful ideas from two sources, okay, that actually made me think and study, more about this phenomenon. Okay, one is from Dr. Keltner. He is the leading researcher on emotion, and he studies, okay, a focus on the science of awe. There's a science behind this feeling of vastness and wonder. And more than that, we will find out how we can incorporate that in our daily life, to put us in a state of peace and balance and calmness and stillness, and 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 a wonderful continuous feeling. And we will dovetail it, with the study, with the set of studies of a philosopher and author by the name of Robert Grudin, and his famous quotation, "The sudden beauty of seeing." What does that mean, Miss Malu? Okay, so let's unpack that. Right? What's the science of awe? OOWE. First, let's define it from the point of view of Dr. Keltner. And let me read. All right. It says here, okay, awe is one of the most profound human experiences, and it has something to do with looking at things from a different point of view. But the most important thing here is it helps us reduce stress, make us more generous, and even expand our creativity. In a nutshell, that feeling, okay, that deep sense of wonder is what we call awe. Okay, from the word awesome. My eldest grandson would always, have this statement, "Awesome, Lola, awesome." And I would just be doing simple things. It's for him, it's awesome. But this is not those stuff. This is a deep sense of wonder. When you look at snowflakes, under the microscope, and you see the crystal design. When you look at the petals, of each flower, how it is woven, by nature. to make it a very beautiful form. That's all, and that's what we will talk about in this episode. Okay, so and all right, okay. Now, I said we are going to put together the work of Dr. Keltner in the Science of Awe, and philosopher and author Robert Gooding. So this is where his famous statement, okay, the sudden beauty of seeing. What do you mean by that? The sudden beauty of seeing. It simply means, that when we look at stuff, like when we look at this flower, it's just a flower, and we don't go beyond that. But the moment we get what? We get uh, okay, we focus. The moment we focus on the petals, the size, how it is woven together, then we begin to see differently. I guess that's what he means, When we go out and walk and we see the trees, oh yeah, fine, there are trees and all of that. But when we begin to see closely how the veins are arranged and how the fruits, or the size of the fruit, varies, then that's the sudden beauty of seeing. So when you put it all together, it creates awe, isn't it? That deep sense of wonder. And we begin to see ourselves very small in relation to the grandeur of creation. And of course, it points us, to a what? To a bigger power. Some people call it a higher power. Okay, Einstein calls it intelligent designer. Okay, people of faith like me, we call him God, the creator of the world, And that's where the situation goes, from a blade of grass, to awe, to homage, okay, and glory to a creator, okay. So it's something that is above the natural, the supernatural, above the ordinary, okay. So how, you know, how do we what train ourselves and our eyes, okay, to see awe and feel awe, okay. Neuroscientists have found that awe quiets the default mode network. What does that mean? Okay. The part of our brain responsible for self focus and overthinking. There you go. In that moment, we stop worrying about everything else. Our to-do list, our, not being more beautiful than the next girl, not having the same, a type of luxury dress she's wearing and all of the stuff. We stop worrying about social media notifications, the ping, okay, or what others think of us. We become fully present. We simply be. We simply become. All right? We are one with nature. Because the beauty of awe is that it humbles us while expanding our sense of self. And when we combine this with the philosophy of truly seeing, we begin to unlock awe, not just in the vast horizon, but in the minute details of life, which is what I am after. How do we incorporate awe in everyday things? Okay? So there's so many ways to do this, my friends. All right? Maybe I can just give you one because we will unpack this, no? One of the things that Dr. Keltner suggests is what we call, that's what we call awe journal, keeping an awe. journal. It simply means writing in a notebook, you know, the different or inspiring what stuff that we see. When we're walking, all of a sudden, we see a butterfly just flitting away, and then when we ask ourselves why is the butterfly so beautiful, and if it rests on a flower, we begin to find out the little movements, and then how it affects us. So that is keeping an O journal. All right, now my friends, there are a lot more of these practices, so we can capture the splendor of awe and practice the sudden beauty of seeing, and we will continue. So if you like what you hear, please don't forget to like and subscribe so you will not miss out. Until then, this is your fellow sojourner, your friend, your life coach, okay, navigating our autumn life, or the autumn of our life, together. Okay, until then, goodbye.